A legal battle over screen roles. Malayalam actor Swetha Menon has secured interim relief from the Kerala High Court, which has stayed proceedings in a case accusing her of transmitting sexually explicit content. The Kerala High Court has stayed all proceedings in the controversial case filed against actor Swetha. The case, based on a complaint by an activist, Martin Menacheri, accuses the actor of transmitting obscene content through her roles in certified films like Rati Nirvedam, Kalimanne and Paliri Manikyam. The court observed that due legal procedures were not followed by the Chief Judicial Magistrate in Ernakulam. While directing police action, the High Court found prima facie merit in Swetha's petition and has now sought a detailed report from the lower court. The FIR against Swetha Menon was filed under the IT Act and the Indecent Representation of Women Act, citing clips from her films allegedly being circulated on pornographic platforms. However, legal experts argue the charges may really not hold. For instance, Vimala Binu, an advocate, said that acting in CBFC certified films does not constitute any kind of a crime. Director Blessy, who helped Kalimanne, suspects a deliberate attempt to reignite old controversies and said that this will all fizzle out because the film released in 2012. The court has also issued notices to the police and the complainant, while Swetha continues to fight to quash the FIR entirely. And of course, as we well know, that Swetha is also a candidate for the president of ANMA. Let me now go across to the guest who's joined us, Girish Nouli, who's a very well-known advocate from the Kerala High Court. We're also awaiting another guest who's an actor turned advocate, of course, Kasuri Shankar. But first up, Girish. Girish, you know, I find it extremely strange. Of course, a case can come up after years. Oh, I mean, I may not know legalese, Girish, but I know this much, that a case can come up after 2 decades. It can be reopened, and if it's a criminal case or even maybe a civil case. But in this case, you know, don't you think it was very odd, you know, when the Ernakulam Chief Judicial Magistrate Court, of course, we can't comment on the Honorable Court, but it doesn't even stand because the police was getting all ready to go and kind of question Swetha Menon, Girish.
Yes, this is only regarding a controversy in the election of artist. Whenever the case comes in Kerala, there will be a controversy. Some benefit has to be given to any one of the groups. Here it is also like that. Normally, here the cinema issues are coming before the release of a film. There are a lot of issues now, Janagi, before that Lucifer II. Those films, when the release was announced, there will be some controversy. Now, this is the first case, even after 10 years and 20 years, the Rati Nirvedam was released previously. It was acted by Jayabharati. It was re-released. Second film was acted by Swetha Menon. Now, that was also completed more than 10 years. The only reason behind is that she is a candidate. She has freedom of profession. She acted on the basis of a certified film. It was approved by the authority and it was released. Now, the sharing of that clips from the certified film, it's not an offense. So, that clips can be shared to anybody. On the basis of that reason, this
Girish, let me come back to you. Girish, sorry to interject. Let me come back to you. Actor turned advocate. Of course, Kasuri Shankar has also joined. And the advantage here is that she is an artist and she's also an advocate. So maybe she can throw some better light, as it were, than most of us. Kasuri, very odd. Of course, one can't possibly comment on what the court said in Ernakulam. But you do a film, you've done lots of films, you do a film, and after a decade later, it is opened up. That can also happen. Many legal experts have told me that it's quite possible. I accept, I concur. However, to say that she earned money by posting these clips onto certain sites which are pornographic allegedly in nature, and earn money through what is called immoral ways, don't you think it is a very far-fetched argument, Kasuri Shankar?
First off, let me also tell you one more connection with Swetha Menon. I feel for her personally. She was my roommate in the Miss India contest.
All right.
So,
Okay.
yes. We spent at least a week together. Excellent person, extremely dignified, and I find it a theater of the absurd that this is even playing out like this. Number one, it's a frivolous case because you cannot be the who decides on what is obscene content, who decides where it is exhibited. All these, there are certain guidelines for this that the Indian today, the BNS has. And I can tell you that Swetha Menon, by omission or commission, has not done anything in violation of those rules or of those guidelines, so to speak. She is an actor. She has acted in movies. She has not indulged in public exposure or outraging the modesty of a woman. She has not done any of that. In fact, she has done nothing except be an actress. And in fact, what she has done is she has been a damn good actress and she's done a great job. These movies were certified by the CBFC and they had a very good run at the box office. The people of Kerala embraced these, at least two of those movies were very well received, the ones that have been pointed out in the petition. They were very well received by the people of Kerala. So suddenly today, somebody has decided that this is what he finds obscene and this is what he thinks the world should find obscene because it is being shared in certain sites which could or could not be pornographic. Let us say that they are available on pornographic sites. Where is the proof? The onus of proving that those clippings in those that material in those pornographic sites were placed by Swetha Menon.
Right, right.
That onus rests on the plaintiff.
Yeah,
now, this is not going to work. I believe that the proceedings have been stopped. You know, you
Yes,
stopped
that's
short
true.
of
That's
criticizing
correct.
the court verdict. But
Yeah.
I want to say it's ludicrous to ask for an actress to be arrested for doing her job. Absolutely ludicrous, even for a porn star, even for acting in a porn movie.
Right, very, very strong words there by Kasuri Shankar. Girish, tell me something, much like what Kasturi said. If the clips are on A, B, C kind of, platforms which are pornographic or obscene or have risque material, don't you think that the authorities should first kind of, go and stop those sites rather than go after someone who's acted in them? I just don't understand the entire, logic behind it. Much like what Kasturi says, it's ludicrous.
Exactly correct. Because she has done her job. Her freedom of profession as per Indian Constitution, what she has done was approved by the authority, film authority. It was released. Now, how can take a case against her? She has done the job as per the approval of the government. Now, it is ridiculous and this affair has to be quashed and she can approach before the Honorable High Court of Kerala.
And also, please take this question, you and also Kasturi, first you, Girish, that when the censor board, CBFC, they say that we are passing this film after whatever cuts they want to do, then don't you think it's also sitting on judgment on a body like the censor board? Girish?
Yeah. The judgment of the body, the censor board has approved. There is no pornography there. So it was approved. Now the police has a right to close the case. Refer report can be submitted before the court. During our investigation, it is revealed that this is not a pornography. It is the clippings of an approved film. It was approved by the government.
Right. Kasturi,
so
don't you think that it is also sitting on judgment on the censor board, Kasturi? Because they passed the film, for God's sake. All these films, Kaliman hardly... Anyway, maybe I'm forgetting, but I've watched that film. But tell me something that... Isn't it to say that, hey, you didn't do a good job, censor board?
No, see, this actually has become a very disturbing trend today, because you may know of all the recent movies that had to be recensored because it hurt the sentiments of some fringe group. So movies that passed censor board came out, and then there was so much hullabaloo about what the heroine was wearing or what the name of a movie was. In Kerala, which is 100% educated state, that is what they always brag about, right? The name of a movie had a problem because their name was Janaki. So, I think this has become a recent trend to start sort of ride on the popularity of movies and movie stars and create some ruckus. In this case, I have a suspicion, Sudhaji. I have a suspicion that this is some diehard fan of Swetha who wants to see her as a political star or something. So he's creating some publicity for her.
But then you can also look at it from the other side, that considering that she's a candidate for AMA, she's standing for president.
I think that's what it is. Oh yeah, you think it's a smear campaign. It's kind of, a blackmail campaign to kind of make her get into a funk, push back, draw back,
Yeah.
I know her very well. She's not the person to go back.
Right.
She, in the face of a challenge, I think she will get stronger and more adamant. So I wish her all the best for the AMA elections.
Well, wonderfully said. So do I. Girish, don't you think that AMA in the first place, which is there to secure the rights and the dignity and the work, the profession of artists, actors in Malayalam film industry, and look at it, it's such an irony because they've just gone through what is called the HEMA committee report, which is, of course, I don't want to comment on it, but I do not know, most of it is still undone. Things have not come to fruition. But don't you think, Girish, that when you cast aspersions on someone like Swetha Menon who's standing for elections, that itself is such an irony. It is such a waste of time, Girish.
Yes, definitely. We have discussed regarding after the publishing of HEMA committee, what was happened in the HEMA committee report. It was just closed. No complaint, everything was closed. Now it is also revealed that the play behind the story is that the candidates of the against persons who are standing against Swetha Menon started a play and it was worked out. Now it is revealed that on the media, it was she has committed a pornography video sharing and she is an offender. He is an accused in the recently case registered against her. It will be the campaign. This is a purely political basis. This is also in the actors also adopting like this. Even in the political parties using that, the person who is conducting the election, he has some immoral ideology and his life. Now it is also created in the actors.
Yeah. So a big controversy, but I'll go with, Girish, thank you so much, but I'll go with what Kasuri said, that she ain't going to really, go down. She's only going to get stronger and she's going to fight the elections.